Hi to all. This is Dino the Ops Guy. Welcome back. This is Production Management in Practice, or Stardew Production Management 101. It's a university level course that I'm offering for free. No marks involved or anything like that. Where rather than just teach out of a textbook, I actually go back to the basics of as things happen in production, we talk about them. And in this case, where they happen in production is in Stardew Valley. So I'm using that sort of as the framework. And we are on episode 17, day 17. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, feel free to go back and sort of catch yourself up. But we're going to move forward. And the first thing we're really going to get into is we have a bit of a plan here that we would like to do the coop certainly before the end of the month, certainly before spring is done. So there's a few things sort of on a materials requirements planning level that we need. So I've sort of set out a bit of a MRP structure here to get us going. So the flower dance is on Wednesday, the 24th of spring. And we won't be able to, we won't neither be able to use peers to cash stuff out that we get in the field, nor will we be able to talk to Marnie to get chickens. So we might as well wait till the 25th after that. If we did do it before that, it would probably have to be on that Monday, and we start running into it, just not enough run room for that. So if we plan on the 25th, we need 2,000 G to buy our 3 chickens. We don't have to buy 3 right away, but let's establish that that's probably a good goal. But to have the coop ready for those chickens, we would have to have the coop basically ordered from Robin on the Monday before. So if we're looking at the 3 days that we require, we would have to have the items that we need on the 27th, and then to have a silo in place before that, we would have to order before that. Whether we do it on the Friday or the Saturday doesn't really matter too much, but leave ourselves some run room. So the idea is if we order the silo on Friday the 19th, it should be ready essentially on the end of Saturday the 20th or the end of the 21st. She says a day, and I think she needs a full day in the field. So it'll basically be Sunday. I should probably move that second silo. But what we would need is 5 copper bars. We do have 5 copper bars. We have 6. We would need 10 clay. We only have 8 clay. We would need 100 stone. We have 70, but if we go in the mines at all, we're going to be able to close that out. And we would need 100 G. We have 2,000, so that's not going to be the issue. So the only real shortcoming we would have, if we're going to try and do this, is the clay. So we'll sort of put that in mind that certainly before Friday we need that clay. And then we could order the silo. And then for that, once that is in place, we'd be next looking at, okay, what do we need to establish for the coop itself? We would need 300 wood. We'd need 100 stone. We would need 4,000 cash. And then we could order that coop. So essentially, we're getting our axe on the Friday, so that if we're putting it in today, and that's the plan, we'll have the axe for the Friday. So that'll help us get that 300 wood. That'll accelerate the wood acquisition process. Getting 100 stone can be a bit tricky. Now, again, we're behind, but if we go to the mines today, we'll probably get that. But then we'll want to get more in the mines or basically mining around the farm to get that 100. So we'll keep that in mind as we go forward. The cash, now I've sort of worked out how much cash we're going to have. And if we have 2,000 now, we'll use 100. So we're still around 2,000. On Thursday, we will have our 3 first cauliflower jars done. They're worth 400 each, so that would be 1,200. So that's pretty good that we can establish that. And then, even though we don't have cauliflower to fill it, we have 1 more cauliflower to fill it, and then we have 2 potatoes that we can fill it. So that's going to give us, instead of 1,200, only 820, but still together that's enough cash, and we'll get more along the way, but that's enough cash to cover the 4,000 essentially. So we're going to be okay there. And then the question, we'll have to look on Sunday or Monday to say, how much do we need to do, or what do we need to do to get that 2,400 for Thursday? But at that point, we'll be in pretty good shape, right? So really, as we get closer, we'll take a look. And if we're short, we can sell some strawberries. We can sell some cauliflower. The plan is to store the strawberries so we can make seeds for next year, because we don't want to wait till the Egg Festival to have strawberries for next year. But as well, for cauliflower, we want to store them as much as we can for jars. Now, I'm going to show at some point, we completely outpace the jars. So we'll have the opportunity to buy more jars, and that's not in the schedule yet. So maybe we will have more cauliflower than we need, and it'll be okay. But again, as we start going, we'll sort of work that through. So in the short term, just carry on. Water crops. Take the axe to the blacksmith so we can get an upgrade. Mine the copper. Even if we don't get the floors, it's good to get copper and stone in this case, but stone is just sort of comes. If we have free time, look for that clay. And clay is just a matter of using your hoe in the ground. So given that this is going to be Wednesday, if we do hoe a whole bunch of spots, we can't really fill it, even if we want parsnips or something cheap, because we can't buy them from Pierre's. We would have to pay a premium from Joja Mart. So the clay is sort of a background thing for now. If we're near the mines and we have time, we can fish. If we want to forage, we did a really good job of foraging before. So we're going to start running out of all the mix, and then we'll start, maybe we'll get two leek and then we won't need 2 leek, or we'll get 2 dandelion and we don't need 2 dandelion, that sort of thing. But still worth sort of keeping up to get those 350s, because they are a good return. So hopefully this makes sense. Av, I am going to turn it over to you, because you're the man who can do this. Take care. Okay, thanks, Dino. Weather report, it's going to rain tomorrow. That's awesome. And we got coleslaw. We've done coleslaw before, so I think we're going to be okay. We were so close to getting that axe in for a copper upgrade last time. So we got the money, we got the copper, we can make this happen. So we'll just run through all of the watering. I don't think there's any harvesting that needs to be done. But we will, I guess you could say that we're going to harvest the crab pots. But yeah, so we'll pick up some of the crab pots once we get certainly the snail and the snails and the crawfish. After I've gotten 3, I usually start selling the rest, because 3 is kind of what we need. Oh, there was one more set of rice there. But we haven't hit the 3 yet. And then periwinkle, I think it's 25 each. They're just not worth one-off selling. So, and if we need a fish, periwinkle is technically a fish. So when we get into some of the speed grow type stuff, you'll need a fish for a recipe. Or if we're looking at any kind of, maki roll or sashimi or whatever, it really is one of the cheapest fish. So it's nice to have around, and you're not getting a lot of money for it. And if you do see, you got 20 of them, then you can, haul off 20, and you're actually getting some real money for it, rather than nickels and dimes kind of thing. So let's get the crab pots through. We'll dump and put the bait back into the fishing rod in case we see the rings, because the rings are lucrative, I tell you. So, okay, we're probably going to take the unmilled rice and sell it. Might as well take the gold green onion, because that's usually a good source of food. Head on over. We'll check for forage. Oh, we got some leek. That's good. However, I think we've come to the situation where we don't need leek anymore as much as we need, well, now maybe horseradish. So I think we needed both leek and horseradish this time. So yeah, there's no leek, but there's not enough horseradish for us to make the match either. Might as well reload smelt. So we get our 5. We're heading over. Along the way, we'll stop at Pierre's. That's always a good thing. He's got the bulletin board. Yeah, there's a quest. Let's check out the quest. For 30 pieces of wood. Well, it's a good thing we saw this before we turned in our axe, so we can definitely do this. You know what? Let's sell the rice. Oh, it's closed. I keep forgetting it's closed on Wednesdays. So let's get up. There's a daffodil, and we will go and see Robin, chop some wood, and give her wood. So you're not allowed to chop wood in town, but this isn't town anymore. So, oh, we got a mystery box. So you can chop wood out here. A couple of trees should be more than enough. So we got 19 out of the 30 that we need. Just something a little bit different variety. We're going to do this time a maple tree, so we don't just end up with the same seeds over and over. And these trees will grow, so it's not a big thing. It'll take them a little bit of time, but it's not like if you chop down a tree on the farm, it'll never grow back unless you actually put seeds in the ground for it. So the other thing, when we're on the topic of trees, sometimes, well, I guess the area is not even open. I was going to say around the train station, sometimes I'll plant trees up there just so I have extras, as well as the ones I have on the farm. But we're not even at that point yet. So I'll bring that back up once the train station starts to open. Okay, Clint, we have this mystery box that we want you to open up. Maki rolls. Maki rolls are good. That's one of the bundle items. It's not going to set us too far ahead though, because we basically have to use cooking to get the fried egg and the maki rolls. So if we need a way of cooking to get one, then we're gonna easily get both. But it's still nice to get it so we don't have to cook it. Don't have to. It's the trickiest part of that one is really you need rice for the maki roll. So you have to think ahead and buy rice from Pierre's, because otherwise you'd have to take what we got and mill it, and it just takes a lot more work and a lot more preparation that we're not willing to invest. Oh, there's an oyster. So let's take our forage items. We are going to cash them out with Willie, and then make our way up. Now we have some wood, we have a daffodil. There's no sense in going up to the mine with all of this stuff. And I think what we should do is take sort of the side path, because it is salmonberry season and there's a good chance we're going to see some salmon berries. So, and if we can find a horseradish, that'd make it worthwhile as well. So there's a dandelion, not quite a horseradish, but still a nice forage item. They tend to sort of, get more and less of them. You think there's only one that you miss, but it really just sort of cycles through. At any given moment, you're missing one of the four, it seems like. So we're going to get some more salmonberry. I think... Hopefully we will find even some... Oh, there's some spring onions. Check the corner. Nothing in the corner. Nothing at the bottom of the stairs. Pick up these spring onions. Now on the ledger, it's because these spring onions don't show up on the hotbar. Basically, I don't know whether they're base, silver, or gold. So what I do for the ledger, one of the tricks I use is I basically set up at the time, sort of with a timestamp, and I'll put 7 base, but also put 0 silver level and 0 gold level. And then once the inventory opens up so I can read, we got a horseradish, excellent. Once the inventory opens up so that I can see what we actually have inventory wise, I'll adjust that to say, instead of 7 base, whatever it is, if it's 3 base and 2 silver and 2 gold, I'll change that 700 to 332 kind of thing, just to make it work so that the ledger is consistent, even if I can't really understand in the moment what I'm picking up, because I can't actually see it go in. So there we go, and that is what we got, the 332. So, or 322, I should say. So I will fix that. I did fix that, actually. Yeah, we might as well leave the rice behind. I don't think we need that. Oh, you know what? We're just going to ship it. That's the easiest thing to do. So, and we're going to take some of the gold spring onion with us, because it's a nice source of food. It packs a bit more energy than the base or the silver. And now it's time to go up and mine. It is mining time. Mining time. I don't know if I have to pay rights for a song like that, but anyway, you get the idea. So let's head over. We got another wild horseradish. We're going to say hi to Linus. Pick up some more. Check out the corner. Nothing in the corner. And if you see rings at this point, it's nice to get your fishing line in, but I don't see any rings. We will check the opposite. This is where I would expect to find horseradish and or leek. No, we found a little bit of salmonberry. So that's good. So let's get into the mine. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to level 30. Now, level 30 is, I call it the dark level, because certainly on the 31, between 31 and 39, or 30, yeah, 31, 39, it doesn't have a lot of light. So there's some areas where you're actually like mining in the dark. Sometimes if I see, so one of the tricks I use here is when I do mine, I kind of step into whatever I'm mining. Oh, there was a Omni Geode. And in that sense, if there's any resistance, it's usually because there's a ladder there. So sometimes in these levels, if I find I just can't see stuff, what I might do is, like, if I see a torch, I'll actually pick it up and carry it around with me. So yeah. Oh, and we got bats. Oh, bat wings. Yes. And we got golems, or whatever those things are, the creepy stone things that come after you. Whatever the case. So we can kill those. You get stones for the stony things, and you get bat wings for the bats. It all kind of makes sense. Replenish a bit of food. At some point, we probably just should. We missed the thing. At some point, we should probably just replenish with carrots. So there is a torch. If I really needed to, I could have basically used my pickaxe on that torch and carry it around with me. But this is working okay. So we will get my bug meat. And again, that little trick of just mine and step, mine and step, mine and step. And then if you find there's resistance, we got some retaining soil. If you find some resistance, then you just sort of right click and you find you're on the next level, which is kind of nice. So that was the golem. I don't see anything just yet. It looks like we're looking for, we're getting a fair bit of copper. It looks like we're sort of walking around looking for ladders. I don't see any ladders. Hopefully we'll get some soon. Oh, there's a ladder. There we go. And we are on 35, so we can bail. And yeah, that's all good. The retaining soil, the water retaining soil, or the, I guess, basic retaining water soil, whatever, that box, I don't really have a lot of use for, so I usually sell it right away. It's pretty easy to make. It's not that valuable. It just takes up inventory space. Once we get the greenhouse, I will put those in one of the plant pots for cactus, but it's not really worth holding it until then. So we're just gonna dump that. And do we? Yes, we don't. We're missing some leaks. So we will reload smelt, reload for the copper bar, and it is soon going to be sleepy time. There we go. So we got some money from the rice and from the fertilizer or whatever. See what the future holds. It is raining. We can see the cat, somewhat mildly perturbed. So I think we're all set. Take it back, Dino. Okay, thanks, Av. Well done as always. So the objectives, we did water the crops. We actually got the rice. I didn't think we had any crops to harvest, but that was the rice. We did take the axe to the blacksmith, so that'll be good. Today is day 17. It'll be ready on day 19. Mine the copper, and we got a fair bit of copper. We got some bat wings. We got some new things. And now that we're in the 30 to 40 kind of range, we might even see some iron ore. So that's when it starts. And then after that, it gets into the frost levels. So we're going to see a lot more iron ore. So as we start mining for ore, we're going to see more varieties, and that's going to help us out. So we didn't get any free time. So we didn't do the clay. I guess we did do the forage excursion underneath. So we got a fair bit of food energy. Again, energy started out as a bottleneck. It seemed to be a really big deal. It's not as important anymore because energy is so plentiful now. And now we're kind of working into how do we make the best use of hours in the day. So remember before I was looking at watering can efficiency. Watering can efficiency, certainly now that we have the copper can, it's not as important. At some point we might want to look back at watering can efficiency, not for misses, to make sure that we water all of them with the minimum energy, but with the minimum time. And we will get to maybe different crop orientations and that sort of thing. But again, it's not even an issue just yet. So we will keep carrying on. And we will be back for episode 18 on day 18. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. Certainly if you want to give me some direction as far as what you want more of, what you want less of, the comments are good for that. And we will see you next time for episode 18.